John Marotte.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. I'm Aaron Pacasic. I live in Hollis, New Hampshire, and I'm here to testify in opposition to this bill. Many of the points that I wanted to make have already been made, so I won't repeat them for the sake of brevity. But I do have a few that I would still like to reiterate. One is some of the testimony we've had here, a lot of it actually, has said the reason we need to ban these standard size magazines actually is because of mass shootings. Well, if you look at firearms deaths in the United States, there is a Pew Research Center study dated August of 2019 that claims a small percentage die in mass shootings. And they cite FBI statistics for 2018 that says there were 85 that died in, quote, mass shootings. That same year, there were almost 40,000 in total that died from firearms deaths. So that's about 0.21% of the firearms deaths in the country are from mass shootings, which seems to be the underlying motivation for this bill. But does that make sense? It doesn't to me. Of those almost 40,000, oh, by the way, 60% of them were suicide, 37% of them were murder, mostly gang and criminal related, where large capacity magazines are totally irrelevant. So this is a bill seeking a problem. Also, another point I would like to make is that this bill would, if passed, would prevent transfer in state by any means of high capacity magazines. So I consider my firearms magazines part of my estate, and I'd like my son to be able to inherit those when I pass away. None of us get out of this life alive. Right? This law would prohibit me from being able to transfer those magazines on death to my son. Is the state of New Hampshire going to compensate him for the value of those magazines? Do you have that in your budget? I don't think so. And it has been mentioned already, we just heard about the response time, typical response times of police. In the bill, there's an exclusion that would allow law enforcement officers to possess high-capacity magazines. Why, given the response times you just heard, would you think they should have those and I shouldn't to protect myself and my family if I have a home invasion? And they happen. And I think the rest of the points are, I will point out also, New Jersey recently implemented a high-capacity magazine ban that did not have a grandfather clause in it. There were exactly 0 magazines turned into the state police. Why do you think it's going to be any different than that? Okay. And those are the points, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to make.
Thank you very much for your